What gave you the idea to write From Rocks to Rockets?
Well, when I was younger than you, I used to make drawings, little drawings, in school when I was bored with my teachers. And I would show little soldiers shooting things that were going across the page and little airplanes buzzing around all over the place and big explosions going on everywhere. And I guess I never really stopped making those little drawings.
Okay. Did you read your book to your kids? If you did, how did they like it?
Well, there's not much of that book to read, but what there was I read to them. Mostly they just looked at the pictures and I would explain to them what the pictures were doing, and they liked that well enough.
Okay. What do other parents you know think about the book?
Well, they have liked it well enough to buy it, both for themselves and for their kids.
Yeah. Okay. What is the most difficult part about talking to kids about war?
Well, it's not difficult to talk to kids about war, because kids pretty much understand that there are wars. And first of all, they get playground wars, and second of all, they get classroom wars, and they can watch television, and that's full of war, and they can see, if they're looking, that it's really all the same thing, all the same war, except wars you could call a whole lot more serious.
Okay. Did you read war stories when you were a kid?
Oh yes, lots of war stories. Read them all the time, and later and watched movies about them. When I was a little kid, the Second World War was on, and everybody was looking at war pictures all the time.
Okay. To me, this is a fun book to look at and to read. But it is about a very serious part of our world. So how do you explain war to kids?
Well, we're all used to competition. We play games, we're taught to play games and to be good sports and try to run faster than the other person, or try to be better at hitting tennis balls, or in a football game, you have cheerleaders and everybody rooting for the home team. And this is very much like war in the sense that they're both competition. But war is simply a lot more serious form of the kind of competition that we're used to anyway. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do. How do you work an old gun?
How do you work an old gun?
Yeah.
Well, you better hand me an old gun. There's one down there. And the way you work this is an old flintlock gun. And you have to load it down the barrel. And then you have to put some priming into it and cock it and pull the trigger. I'd better show you how to do it because it's hard to explain. There's a can of gunpowder there. If you'll just hand me that, I'll show you how you do it. Don't have any open flame, do you?
No.
All right. Well, this is gunpowder, and I'm just going to shake a little bit of it onto this page. Not that much. Maybe a little more. So this is the gunpowder, and what we do is we'll take the gunpowder and pour it into the barrel, like that. And then we need a piece of Kleenex. Quick, grab a piece of Kleenex from over there and hand it to me. You've got to keep the process moving. And then we will tear off a piece of the Kleenex and put it down the barrel, like this. And when we take out the ramrod and push it down into the barrel, that keeps the gunpowder from falling apart. And if we were going to shoot something with it, we would take a lead ball that looks like that, and we would put that in on top of the gunpowder, but we're not going to shoot anything today. We're just going to make a noise. Okay, so now we come down to this part, which is a hammer with a flint in it. And we're going to put a little more gunpowder right down here.
And
Are you ready to fire?
action.
Action.
Woo!